making perfumes is not easy at all. It takes years and years before a perfume is released to the public. Now, before getting into art and textile designing, I wanted to, since my parents have a house in the Côte d'Azur, I wanted to be a nez. It's called a nose. In French, a nez, it means nose. Basically, it's 7 years of school, and when you graduate from the school in Grasse, it's a very expensive school too. You come out and you're finally a nez, which is a nose, and these people make perfumes, and there's only there are not many of them in the whole world, and the ones that are famous, you can count them on your fingers basically, and they're always the same ones, and they make the perfumes for all the big houses and endless numbers of perfumes that Armani has and Versace, and you know, all of these designers, I mean, they basically make most of their money not from clothing but for perfumes. That's why they have that's why Armani has like 15 perfumes out, but that's not the point of perfume. Perfume has to tell a story. So Molinard, each of these perfumes tells a story, and the job, like these noses' jobs, is to it's very difficult. You have to find the perfect match of all of these scents that fit together and create an amazing perfume that will last for years and years and years, like the ones from Grasse. So the noses only work 2 hours a day. Can you believe it? It's wonderful. 2 hours a day, because after 2 hours you can't smell anything anymore. That's why when you try a perfume on and you go to the shop and you try one perfume to the other, always bring with you a little bit of coffee beans. From one perfume to the other, you have to smell the coffee beans, and that gets rid of all the perfume that you have in your nose, in your nostril. You won't be able to tell the difference. Okay, so these are these famous nez, which you have to study 7 years for, and I wanted to become one, but I didn't become one. Another important thing to know about perfume: never ever buy perfume that's in bottles. Of course, that's impossible because all of our perfume bottles are in glass bottles. But if you go and take the tour of any distillery, what they do in Grasse and in Molinard is that the perfect bottle is not glass, but it's aluminum, and it never ever leave your perfume in the bathroom because it alterates the smell because of the humidity from the shower, from the water, and light changes the smell. So if you can buy a dark bottle or something that covers, or keep it in a dark place. So these bottles are great, but they're not great to keep your perfume. Okay, so Grasse, Molinard is my favorite. Then after, I have two companies of perfume. The first one is Artisan Parfumeur. Now I have 2 bottles from these. They're empty, of course. Artisan Parfumeur. Now this is an amazing brand, and all the best perfumes for me, and I think it's almost a fact, are French, okay? And they're not the perfumes that come out every month, and they're not the perfumes that smell of like candy or anything. They are researched, years and years of research, and at the end result is one of these perfumes. These perfumes cost a lot. They cost like 100 euros almost, so that's a lot of money. And what you do when you wear a perfume, especially these perfumes, you never like spray it too close. What you want to do is that you want to kind of spray it far, and then like spray a lot of it, make like a cloud of perfume, and then walk in it. Okay, that's how you're supposed to wear perfume. So let me get back to Artisan Parfumeur. It was born in 1976, and it's one of the best brands, and basically their thing is that each perfume tells a story, like I told you in the beginning, okay? And it rekindles memories, and that's the most important thing. So there's personal perfumes, and regardless of trends, these are personal perfumes. Now, what they do is that the scents come from nature and familiar scents. So you might smell this and you might say, smelt this before in nature. Not only though in nature, but familiar scents. Now, for example, for me, something that is very dear to me is the smell of tangerines. It reminds me of a warm afternoon with my grandmother and her tangerine tree, and we would just eat tangerines. It was just a beautiful moment. This is Chasse aux Papillons, and it's basically chasing butterflies. That's what it's called, or hunting butterflies, as you wish. And this is supposed to evoke feelings of, you know, when it rains in the summertime, after it stops raining, there's a smell in the air that is just very particular, and it just smells of fresh air, summer, clean, and flowers are, I don't know, it's very particular right after it rains. And this is my all-time favorite, and I wore it for so long, and especially for summer, and just smelling it reminds me of those summer days, okay? And so that to me is exceptional. Artisan Parfumeur. And then there is Mûr et Musc, okay? So there's musk here. So anytime there's musk, it's a warm kind of sultry, sensual kind of smell. And they combined it with like mûr, which are like blueberries, raspberries, and all of the berries. So berries are kind of acidic, and so together combined with the musk, it's a very particular smell, and the musk is very strong the way it should be. So you either love these or you really don't like them, and they're really particular. You're never going to find another type of smell like this, okay? So there's others, so many others, and they have also creams for the body and candles. The candles are great. And so, but my favorite one of this company is Chasse aux Papillons, and then there's another one called Premier Figuier, which is basically the smell of figs. Now, I love figs because living in the south of Italy, it's full of fig trees, and so figs remind me of summertime, and when it was a pleasant time for me. So I simply adore Premier Figuier. And then there's another company called Diptyque. Unfortunately, I don't have any bottles from them. I gave it to my last boyfriend, and unfortunately I'm not with him anymore, so he has it now. And Diptyque is from 1961. I know it's a lot of the VIPs are wearing it, like Elton John, Madonna loves their perfumes. And even here there's a similar perfume to Premier Figuier from Artisan Parfumeur. The Diptyque, it's called Philosophicos, and it's also fig, but it's more of a like leafy kind of smell. The other one, Premier Figuier from Artisan Parfumeur, it's actually the fruit. It smells of like fig, the fruit. This one is more like of the leaf, the smell of the leaf. Diptyque also has candles and awesome, great, and these perfumes are expensive too. They're around 100 something euros for 100 mls, and like I said, you can find them only in special boutiques, or you can order them online, and I think they're absolutely unbelievably original and particular. You either love them or you don't like them.